Welcome back to another video. In this van tour, I'm gonna be touring my buddy Matt and Saren's van that they built for under $100. No excuses, guys. If they can do it, you can too. Let's go.
Welcome to the Oceanside Surf School van tours.
I'm Saren.
I'm Matthew.
This is our very inexpensive van build for traveling across countries and Matthew Surf School.
We did 40 days and 40 nights in Mexico, Baja California, with a very small amount of money and a very small amount of van building. The coolest part of our van is probably these floors right here. We got these vinyl floors so you can just wipe the sand right off. So the bed frame came with the van. I actually had to refit it to where we could have a little storage space on the side. I found the mattress on the side of the road. Just basically threw some really comfy comforters on top of it. Underneath this bed frame, we got tons of storage space. We've got our own little makeshift library. This you could call the fridge. $15 at Costco. Behind here we have all of our food storage.
That's where we put like most of our like dry foods. And when we do have like more things, when we were in Mexico, we had like kind of like plastic crates that we would stack on top of things for like extra. But this is where we keep all of our beans and rice.
This right here is a bag of fun. We put a bunch of yoga toys. You know, I got my Camelback, my running shoes. Some things that you need when you're traveling is a gas can. Found this on the side of the road as well, so free 99. Over here, a tow rope. Not having four-wheel drive in this Econoline 150, super important that you have a tow rope. Also sandboards would be necessary as well. This is how we do all of our water.
It worked actually it works so well. This works for Matt's Surf School in the summer to have down at the beach, but then it also holds, what is it, 10 gallons, 5 gallons?
Yeah, so it's got 10 gallons of water. We do all of our cooking, our water, all just through this spigot. You can put a bowl underneath here. You can wash all your dishes. File cabinet found on the side of the road as well. We took all the files out of here. We got our clothes. Really deep drawers make it easier to store more.
And then Matt kind of fashioned these things because on our drives, usually these drawers would just like slam open at some point. So we tried a few different options, but I think that we found that this works the best.
There's a lot of great options online, but the main thing is that you don't have to overspend. You can do it for as cheap as you want. This is our little kitchenette area. This is how we do all of our cooking. We got the cheapest butane gas grill in here. So easy and convenient. I want to pop this out just to show you guys. This thing's 20 bucks.
The only difficulty is that butane, you can't find everywhere on your travels, so you always want to make sure you have enough butane.
You got to load up on butane beforehand because it's not as easy to find as those Coleman propane stoves. So that's our little kitchen area. Put that stuff back. Underneath here, we got a skateboard, jumper cables, air filter. Let's head over into the back. During our travels in Mexico, we lost this window. We had to jimmy on this sheet metal. It's all just done with rivets and Bondo. Really easy fix if you ever break your window. We're really makeshift, and I think that that's a huge part of living in a van, is that you don't have to wait until your van is completely done, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, because we were on the road for over a month and a half and we were doing just fine. This is our basket. This is going to keep a lot of the surf school stuff, leashes, sponsor cards, chairs, a hammock, a little canopy. You pull this out and you have
basically a living room.
Basically a makeshift living room. You feel like you're living in luxury, especially when you're on a solo beach The sand's pure white. The water's crystal clear. A couple things we have back here. So this is our wood burning stove. I got this off a Gear Guide. Always have spare tools. If you're in a van, you're always going to be asked for spare tools. People are always going to wonder if you got a socket wrench. Super easy. You can buy one of these for like 20 bucks.
We also have these guys, which
these are cool.
Which Matt made, which are our window blockers when we're sleeping in areas that either feel a little sketchier or we just don't want the sun to be coming in. You put like a little thing and you just prop them up here. And usually we'll have some type of string or some type of like
Velcro or string is going to keep these guys on. We wanted to do full insulation and we just got on the road and we just haven't even gotten the time to fully insulate the van.
We ended up ripping the roof out too, which was a good choice. That was like halfway through our trip where we just kind of realized that we've been wanting to do that for a while and we thought it might have to do with our insulation.
Yeah, our friend Anton, who's filming the video right now, was like, oh dude, if you're over at the beach, it's gonna get all wet and musty. That's exactly what happened. So we tore the roof off. I like it a lot more.
It gives like just a little bit of extra space.
Yeah.
And when you're in such a small space, it's nice to have like anything like that.
And now it's the perfect level to where my head can just sit right there if I need to just do a little deep breathing. Yeah, I'm digging it. I think that the message that I want to get across is that you don't need a lot to be on the road and just start living. Me and Saren really spent 2 weeks getting this ready to be livable. And after that, we just went for it. And we kept saying, oh, we're going to do this project and do that project. And some of those projects get done. Some of them, just like our water tap, instead of using a water pump, we just use gravity.
I've known so many people and heard stories where it's like, and we've done this where it's like you're saying like, oh, well, I have to finish this project and then you get this done, like you said, like, and then you don't end up going and traveling and doing the thing that you're wanting to do as soon because you think that you need all these things to be finished, and really like it can be a lot simpler.
Bring a guitar. I got this on OfferUp for 25 bucks. Saren's a musician, so she was off tour for most of the COVID pandemic, so we were playing at campfires almost every stop. We felt like Saren was getting more musical exposure being on the road playing at these campsites than you would just sitting inside. So that's the thing, is like you don't have to wait, you can start moving.
The thing is you learn as you go and you just like realize what you need while you need it, and you always make things work. And especially when you're in, like when you're driving through communities or stopping at places where other people are doing van life, people are going to have things that you need. You're going to learn, like people are going to take care of each other.
And when we're living in here, all these little holes become hooks. Yeah. We hang stuff, we hang light systems all over. If we're going to set up somewhere for over a week, then we're going to have the canopy and we're going to be able to literally walk out of the van and feel like we're in our living room. It doesn't have to be just your van consolidated. As soon as you find a spot to set up, then all of a sudden everything that's underneath the bed gets unpacked and you have this awesome little communal space that not only you can share with other people, but you feel like you have something to share. The wood burning oven came in such a clutch move because so many people had fish, and we would start up the wood burning oven and we didn't have fish, we had vegetables, and people would come over and cook their fish on our wood burning oven, and then all of a sudden we're ending up with like sea bass and like so many different types of fish throughout our travels just because we had the wood burning oven there. Yeah, I think that's about it for the back. We
have our little mural on the
oh yeah, you could show them the artwork.
We did. So Matt did. We'll show you. Follow me. These wings, Matt did halfway through our travels. We were able to get a lot of spray paint for really cheap when we were in Mexico, which was cool. And so Matt did these angel wings. We've had this on here for a while, and when we found out that Anton wanted to do this, actually earlier today, we added all of these flowers on here, and it's just cool. I don't know, it adds just like, it's just fun. It's fun to be that like little bit of like a hippie mobile, where we're just like spreading a little bit of like joy. Oh,
The third most important thing to have on the road is a poop shovel. This has buried hundreds and hundreds of poops.
It's nice to have a toilet with like where you pour the blue water in and you have all that. But again, it's like if you're traveling near nature most of the time, as long as it's like in a place that you can, it's not like a reserve or things like that, you just go dig a hole and you poop.
You dig a 2-foot hole, you wipe,
you burn your toilet paper.
Yeah, you burn your toilet paper with a lighter. It's hilarious.
What's also really nice is there's this huge empty area right here, and so we had that small cooler, but when we were in Baja we had like a big plastic cooler, and that fit perfectly right here. We could keep our snacks in it, we could keep everything in it, so we could lift it up while we were driving, which was really nice.
Yeah, Saren made lunch like almost every single day when we were driving. Saren would just close the cooler, she would take out the cutting board, and all of a sudden that's the kitchen. So you don't even realize that this cooler that we had in the back all of a sudden becomes the armrest.
And a place for Gypsy to lay down, and so many different things.
And that's the thing, is like, my biggest thing is just go. Like, if you have the van and you're waiting on something, or you think that you've hit a project that you can't finish, if you have the time to finish it and you're ready to finish it, but then get out there. How do we make money? That's a good question. Yeah. So I teach surfing here in Oceanside. We do give surf lessons on the go. Those are more normally just pro bono. Any surf lesson that I taught in Mexico was just because we were creating friendships and meeting people along the way.
I think we have a big like save up mentality, where it's like with Matt Surf School, obviously like that's mostly abundant in the summer, and then with me, music is something that we can kind of do anywhere and that I can do anywhere. I've been busking a lot, so I just play on the road, and I put my case out, and I have my Venmo and things like that. And honestly, it
she
really
can make
works.
like $100 in 2 hours playing music in a crowded area, which people who know how to play guitar, that becomes a huge resource on the road. I traveled all throughout Europe playing my guitar in order to stay in hostels. So now seeing Saren playing outside, she gets a ton of exposure, and people are following her every day on Instagram,
Spotify and stuff. And so yeah, I mean, you know, it's like a mixture between making money on the road and saving up and then going on the travels.
And Doja Coin to the moon.
For me, my Instagram is Serendipity Serenade, and on Spotify I'm Serendipity. My album is called Honey, Honey. Those are the two best places to find me. I'm going to be having more shows coming up soon in the Southern California area, but streams on Spotify are always the best, and a follow on Instagram.
Yeah, Oceanside Surf School, it's the easiest thing to find, because all you gotta do is Google it. And yeah, the difference between my surf school and other people's surf schools is that we are creating a relationship based on admiration for the ocean. You're about to create a relationship with yourself, but more importantly, it's a higher power. That ocean has all the power in the world, and it's controlled by the two biggest powers in the world, the sun and the moon. So you get the sun, the moon, the stars, the water, all of a sudden, you start looking into yourself and you're like, wow, I can do this thing. And life can be a joy, especially if you're catching the right wave.
Thank you guys so much. I love that. Thank you guys so much for doing this tour. And
any questions, Anton?
How are you guys so cool?